Hey everybody, Omni is back, and today I decided after a day of play testing, we're going to be adding the posture system to Apocalypse. Or rather, we're going to be adding the Apocalypse system to posture damage calculation. So I already got the poise damage location hooked into. We did that the other day. Let's take a look at it. Omnified poise damage hook. So first thing I need to figure out is there a way for me to tell the difference between a perfect deflect and then non-perfect deflect? Perfect deflects are when you deflect an attack right at the right moment, and it's like a bigger, brighter effect that goes off. I want those to be immune to the Apocalypse system. I want the non-perfect deflects to incur an Apocalypse roll. By the way, I realized that this is actually called posture, not poise. We'll update the name of that. In fact, let's do it right now. Poise should be posture. 20 occurrences. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't come to bite me in the butthole. Let's put a no-op in here so I can more easily breakpoint. So I'm gonna put a breakpoint here, and whenever this goes off, that means I'm taking posture damage. Let's see if we can tell the difference between perfect and non-perfect, because you do take some damage when you take perfect, when you do a perfect, you know, deflect. Interesting, it doesn't appear to be, oh, I didn't put a breakpoint there. I was like, why isn't it my code going off? All right. There we go. Okay, let's try to get a perfect one first. Now I don't know if this is perfect or not. I think it's gonna be perfect though. Let's take a snapshot of all the registers. That'd be nice if there's some sort of identifier right here at this moment in time that tells me. The difference between the posture and then the new posture is about 5. Okay, so we're gonna rewire up the posture so that it only goes off when for the player's own character data struct. Okay, let's try again. Let's try to get a perfect posture in here. Oh, not dogs. Dogs are not. Let's grab these registers here. This time we can see a decrease of 8. So, you know, it's not always a decrease of 5 when you do a perfect block. Let's try to do a non-perfect. I'm pretty sure that was a non-perfect. It was just it was a decrease in 10. I'm sorry, 17. It appears that there's no way for me to differentiate between a block, a deflect, a perfect deflect, or just getting smacked, other than like the difference in the damage amounts to my posture. However, since enemies will be doing different amounts of damage. All right, guys, I don't know why this wasn't more apparent, but it's actually fairly obvious. When you do a perfect deflect in posture, you only receive 8 posture damage. This is 8 again from that guy on the right. Bam, 8. So if it's 8, then it's a perfect deflect. So therefore, for all posture damage that's not equal to 8, we'll do the Apocalypse system. Booyakasha. So we'll subtract ESI from EBX. If it's greater than 8, then it was a non-perfect deflect. And then we'll do the Apocalypse system. So for right here, then this means that we are taking damage, or someone is taking damage to their posture. Let's rename some of this stuff here. We're gonna call this Initiate Posture Apocalypse. And this is now called the Omnified Posture Apocalypse hook. For this, we want to make sure that the target data struct is the player data struct. This is constantly pulling, so we actually want to check if the player data structure is actually initialized yet. So let's do that. Move to RAX player data. If that equals to 0, then we're going to want to get the fuck out of here. Now, if that does exist, then we're going to want to check and make sure that the what is it? That RDI is equal to that. which is the target character data struct. If it's not equal to that, then we're gonna get the hell out of here. Oops. Also, wrong function here, or wrong label. That would have caused some interesting things. All right, if we're at this point, then we are taking damage, and it is the player's posture that's being affected here. Now that we have, we know that it's the player whose posture is being damaged, we're going to subtract from EBX ESI, correct? Yep. All right, the value of which will be stored in EBX. We're going to compare EBX then to 8. And if it's greater than that, or if it's less than or equal to that, we're good. So if it's less than or equal to that, then we'll get the hell out of here. Otherwise, this is fair game for the Apocalypse system now. So it should all work the same as normally. Let's initiate the posture Apocalypse at this point. So we're gonna have two return values from the Apocalypse system, right? The updated damage being done and the what the health should be before applying it. So in this case, the current posture value, we're gonna be updating this with one of the return values from the Apocalypse system. Interestingly enough, what's returned in the EBX register. I'll predict we're gonna need a register to work with here, an extra one. We're gonna need to back up RX, RBX, since that needs to remain untouched, I guess. We'll be updating this, I guess. So do I need to push it? Yes, because unless I wanna back it up somewhere, this is gonna be overwritten. I'm gonna have to back up where I'm writing it to then. Let's back up RAX to RCX and RBX to RDX. So we're gonna wanna push those two. Push RCX, push RDX. We're gonna back up RAX to RCX. Back up RDX to RBX. Sorry, RBX to RDX. Then we're gonna need to have some SSC registers backed up. XMM 0 to hold the, well, we need a temporary working one to do floating point conversion. Also to hold the damage being done. One for the health, or the posture in this case, then damage being done. Also gonna have to have one for the maximum posture. So we're going to make up room for 16 bytes. Back up the maximum 0 register. Back up the maximum 1 register. Back up the maximum 2 register. And we're going to restore them. Definitely planning ahead like this is a little bit of a mental task and feat, but it's fun. Oh, let's not forget to restore the stack after each time here. So let's first get the damage being done here. The damage being done is going to be, again, EBX minus ESI. That is the damage being done. We're gonna wanna convert that then to a floating point. Let's convert from double word integer to scalar single precision floating point value. That's the damage being done here. Well, let's convert then the posture, current posture, which is going to be in, should I know this? EBX. I did this wrong. I know. It's not going to be an EBX because we just subtracted ESI from EBX to get the damage being done. The current one, the current posture will be actually stored in RDX. That's where we backed it up actually, so it's good we did back it up. So EDX is going to contain the current posture. We're going to want to store that in XMM1. And then we need to get the maximum posture. XMM2 is going to contain the maximum posture, which is going to be RDI plus 150, correct? RDI. Those are the first three parameters. And the last parameter is going to be the character's coordinates aligned at the X coordinate. Now, hopefully the player coordinates will have been initialized by now. They should have been. Let's move to REX, the player chords. I think we can use REX, correct? Are we using RBX for anything? This is the address of the pointer. Let's move to RBX, the actual address of the player coordinate structure. And we'll do a load effective address back to REX of the 80th member or offset of that structure. Here we go. I think we're ready to call the posture system then. Or I'm sorry, I think we're ready to call the apocalypse system then. Let's push the parameters. Let's make room on the stack for 8 bytes. We're going to move to the stack the contents of XMM0, which is the damage being done to the posture. That's the first parameter. Make room for 8 more bytes. We're going to move to the stack the current posture value in floating point form. Then we're going to move to the stack the third or second to last one, the maximum posture value. And then we just push REX. And then we can call execute player apocalypse. There we go. Now REX will be set to the updated damage value, and then RBX or EBX, whatever, will be set to what the posture should be before applying it. So let's work with that then. Before this exits out here, we need to set EBX to what the current is, and then we need to set ESI to what the new one should be. Let's move to XMM0 EAX, the updated damage or updated damage to posture, and we're going to convert that from single scalar floating point to double word integer. I think we just do the same then for EBX. Now we want EBX to stay preserved. That's going to be the actual return value of this whole thing. Let's once again update RDX to be what RBX is, because I'm going to subtract from RDX or EDX this updated damage value. We just need to back up RAX here instead of RCX, right? We don't need to actually back that up here. There we go. Perfect. So I took what the current value of my posture should be prior to any calculation done by the game. It's going to be subtracting ESI from this here. I backed it up to RDX. I'm just going to subtract from that then the updated damage amount. So this is the new, this is going to replace basically what ESI is. So we're going to move that to ESI now. And there you go. We have called the player apocalypse system in response to the character taking posture damage. At the conclusion of calling this, we've effected an update then to the player's current posture value, and then what their updated posture value will be, and taking into account additional damage from the apocalypse system and any healing from the apocalypse system. So I'm going to allocate a thing here, log posture player apocalypse, log posture apocalypse. The default for log posture apocalypse is going to be 0. At the conclusion here, we're just going to, where should I set it? To 1. Okay, great. Let's update our display code real quick then. So we have this for health, right? Put in one for posture. This will basically have support for posture if we just swap out this message with this message wherever we need to do that. Is that correct? Probably not the gasm. Let's do a read for the log posture apocalypse. Okay. Then we'll just throw this in there. 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 Oh, we'll just be sloppy. Get that end right here. Tricky, tricky. Where we're updating the apocalypse, we're gonna wanna update this variable too. That should be it then, that's completely done. Game's not crashed yet, that's good. Let's throw up the apocalypse log. See if we can see stuff in there. So if I do a perfect block, it shouldn't trigger it. So there's a log in our stats. We can see the postures in the stats now. I expect maybe a crash, but we'll see. I think I perfectly blocked one of them, and there's no update for that one. See ya, buddy. Okay, there was, now I have 0 posture. That worked perfectly. That was a 69. What are you guys doing? That was a, I think it works great. That is one problem. We take posture damage when we take health damage. Very simple fix here. Good. There was no update there. It looks like the posture damage is going off after. Let's find out. Let's see what order these guys go off on. So I'm just gonna take some damage here. Oh wow, the health damage is going off before the, really? Another way to fix this then. We're going to do this here. So if the apocalypse flag is already set to 1, then we're just going to go ahead and apply the posture apocalypse. Otherwise we'll do that. If I take health damage, I want to see the health being reported. I don't care about the posture at that point. There we go, 69. Okay, and it's reporting my health. Now let's just take posture damage. And there's a teleportitis in the posture, perfect, and it reported the posture going down. Oh. And there was no report there because I took no posture to my damage because I perfectly blocked it. This looks great. And then we got this working beautifully, guys. Now we hooked up posture into the apocalypse system. That should make things very interesting. Another thing I might add here is that if we are taking health damage, I think maybe we should skip out on actually initiating the apocalypse system for the posture system. because let's say we get like, you know, it would suck to get hit, lose some health, and then you get your posture 69 as well. That would suck. So that's how we're gonna do it there. I wanna test perfect deflect. And see no update. No update, good. Now, non-perfect deflect, perfect. Now we just died. That's completely fine. Now the last case to test here is just getting hit. Perfect. And my posture didn't go down that much. Perfect. Well, that works great. That's it, folks. That's how you can just easily adapt my apocalypse system to work with basically any player game stance, not just health. And now we got working with posture in Sekiro, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. See you guys tonight on the stream.